I don't wanna front, I just wanna see ya. Please give me a sign, yeah. Please give me a sign if you wanna.
Welcome back to Two Cool Guys, Two Hot Picks. After a couple weeks off, we've returned. And we've come back to a pretty good week for New Comic Book Day. I'm going to throw it over to my friend Mark from Legion of Comics for his hot pick for this upcoming New Comic Book Day.
What's up, Chris? What's up, Comic Army? So my top pick for this week is going to be none other than Dark Crisis, A World Without the Justice League, Superman #1. And what this is a tie-in miniseries that's been created to supplement the Dark Crisis event. The miniseries itself is called A World Without the Justice League, and it's going to be featuring each of the characters that died in Justice League issue 75. The cat's out of the bag. They're not dead. They're in these little pocket alternate reality almost like paradise worlds. And this first issue is going to be featuring Superman and focused on him and John Kent specifically. Now, a lot of fans know, and a lot of fans were upset, and some, including myself, were happy with it, but John Kent was aged up from like a 12-year-old kid to like an 18-year-old young adult. And this story is supposed to be focusing on that gap that the fans never got to witness and Clark himself never got to experience with his son. So this has me absolutely hyped. It's written by none other than Tom King himself, who did a fantastic, just amazing run on Superman for like 5-6 issues on a story called Up in the Sky. So I'm excited for him to come back to this character and check it out. The art in it, I forget the name of the artist, but I'm sure that our good friend Chris will put all that information here. And this will also feature a backup story with Aquaman by writer Chuck Brown. So definitely be looking on the lookout for that as well. And there's a couple of great covers for this. The primary cover is definitely my favorite. It is just awesome seeing the design for John Kent as a Robin almost, but he does have the Superman symbol on him. And that B cover, that I think it's a 1 in 25 beach variant, is just absolutely stunning as well. So this Dark Crisis event has been gangbusters already. I'm excited for this series to supplement it and see what else we can get out of it. Chris, what are you looking at for this week?
Mark, I'm going with a #1. Comic Army, my name is Chris the Comic Vet. Hope this video finds you safe and well. Great pick, Mark. Great pick, Mark. It seems everything that's evolving around Kal-El as Superman has been some good storytelling in the last 12 months. With that being said, we'll flip it over to Marvel. So I'm sure all of you know Star Wars The Mandalorian #1 is coming out, and everyone's going to tell you to go pick it up for spec value. So I'm going to go in a total different direction. I'm guessing everyone's going to pick that up. So the one thing I wanted to point out is this. Over the last couple of years, people can argue that there hasn't been that many great storytelling, continuous volumes of any one character for Marvel. You know, Thor got off to a good start, then kind of went down and back and forth. Spider-Man hasn't been that good at all. The Hulk did have some good storytelling, then it got a new volume, and we all see where that's going right now. But the one constant that everyone talks about is how good Daredevil was for its volume with Chip Zdarsky at the helm. Well, my hot pick for this upcoming New Comic Book Day is the brand new volume, issue #1 of Daredevil. And guess what? Chip Zdarsky is returning at the helm to tell The Man Without Fear his story for this new era. The era is going to basically kick off after the events of Devil's Reign has ended. Wilson Fisk is out, no longer mayor of New York. That whole thing that had to do with Devil's Reign, with those street level heroes, is now finished. Now it's the aftermath. And we now have Daredevil, Matt Murdock, out of jail, and he's now going to progress forward with very little in his life. So it's a fresh start for Matt Murdock. It's a fresh start for this volume, and I'm very excited about it. As we all know, Chip Zdarsky, most of the time, is a fantastic writer. So I'm looking forward to this Daredevil volume. This is now the perfect place for all of you to get on board and to see what everyone was talking about for those 30 odd issues from that last volume. You don't want to miss out on this one. This is going to have some fantastic storytelling. Daredevil, volume number 1. Volume whatever. Issue number 1. So on behalf of Mark and myself, these are our hot picks for this upcoming New Comic Book Day. We hope that you want to keep them in mind. And with that being said, please remember, we are Legion.